Hello and good morning to everyone. So today's lead code question is 1722, which is minimize Hamming distance after swap operation. So in this question we are given two integer arrays. One is source and other is target, and both has length n. We are also given another array called as allowed swaps, where allowed swaps of index I represents AI and AI and Bi, which represents that we can swap the elements at index ai and bi in the source array, right? And we can swap those elements at that particular indexes multiple times and in any order we want, right? And the Hamming distance of two arrays of the same length, that is source and target, is basically the number of positions where the elements are different. That is, if source of I is not equal to target of I, right? So basically we have to count the number of indexes where source of I is not equal to target of I. So what we have to do, we have to return the minimum Hamming distance of the both the arrays, that is the source array and the target array, after performing all the swap operations on the source array. So let's see the example to get the question more clearly. So in the first example, we are given the source array is 1 2 3 4 and the target array is 2 1 4 5, and we can swap index 0 element with index 1 and index 2 element with index 3. So if we swap index 0 and 1, then it will become 2 1 3 and 4. Now see how much is the Hamming distance now. 2 is 2, 1 is 1, 3 and 4 are not same, 4 and 5 is not same. So now the Hamming distance is 2. Then we do the swap 2 with 3. So if we do swap with 2 with 3, then we get 2 1 4 and 3. Now what is the Hamming distance? 2 1 4, 2 1 4, 3 and 5 is not same. So Hamming distance now is 1. So which one is minimum out of 2 and 1? 1 is minimum, so 1 is the answer. So let's see the example number 2. Again source is 1 2 3 4, target is 1 3 2 4, and the number of swap operations is nothing. We can't swap any element. So 1 is same, 2 and 3 are different, so the Hamming distance is 1. Again 3 and 2 are different, Hamming distance is 2. 4 and 4 is same, so what is the Hamming distance of this array? 2 is the Hamming distance, because two elements are not same, right? Then let's see the example number 3. In example number 3 we are given the array 5 1 2 4 3, and the target array is 1 5 4 2 3, right? And the swap operations, that are, we can swap 0 with 4, 4 with 2, 1 with 3, 1 with 1 with 3, and 4 1 4 with 1. Like see, these are the swaps that we can do, right? So if you see, can we swap 0 and 1? Can we swap 0 and 1? Yes. If we swap 0 and 4, and then if we swap 4 and 1, that means we can swap 0 and 1, right? We can swap 0 and 1. So for that we have to swap 0 and 4 first. 0, sorry, 4, 0 and 4. So 5 and 3 will be swapped. So it will become 3 1 2 4 5. Then we can swap 1 and 4. If we swap 1 and 4, then it will become 3 5 3 5. Array, wait. Sorry. Right. Then it will become 3 5 3 5 2 4 and 1. Right. Now see. Now can we swap? Can we swap index 1 and 4? Index 1 and 4. We already swapped index 1 and 4. Right. So see, if we see the graph, all the elements can be swapped by each other. We can swap 0 with 1, 0 with 3, 0 with 2. Similarly we can swap 4 and 2, 4 and 1, 4 and 3. Similarly we can swap 1 and 3. So at the end we can swap any index with any position. So we can swap 0 and 1. So if we swap 0 and 1, we get 1 and 5. Then we can swap 2 and 3, we can swap 2 and 3. So if we swap 2 and 3, we get 4 and 2 and then 3. So if we see the source array is almost equal to target array, right? Source array is almost not almost, source array is equal to target array. So the Hamming distance is 0 because all the elements are same. So let's see the constraints. So the length of the source array and target array can be up to 10 ki power 5, right? 10 ki power 5 means either big of n solution or big of n log n solution we have to think of. And each element in the source array and target array can be up to 10 ki power 5, and even the allowed swaps length is also up to 10 ki power 5, right? And each element in the allowed swaps has two things, ai and bi, where ai and bi are the indexes, and we can swap the element present at these indexes in the source array, right? And such that ai is not equal to bi, right? So let's see the approach. So basically we want to minimize the Hamming distance. That is count of indexes, where source is not equal to target, and we are allowed to swap some indexes in the source array, right? We can swap some indexes in the source array. So basically what we have to do, we have to rearrange the source optimally such that our Hamming distance will be minimum. This is what we want, right? So let's start with the brute force approach. So what we do is, we'll try all the possible swaps and all the possible permutations, right? So let's see an example. Suppose this is our source array 1 2 3 4, and the allowed operation is we can swap 0 1 with 1, 2 with 3, or we can swap 1 with 0, 3 with 2, and we can swap it in any order, right? So um, so we'll try all the possible permutations, right? So that is like, suppose first we check whether do we swap 0 with 1. So there are two cases, yes or no case. Then again two cases, can we swap 2 with 3? So again yes, again no, yes, no. So if you'll see, basically it is going in exponential, right? It is giving the total time complexity will be exponential, right? And here is 10 ki power 5 in worst case. So generating all the permutations and trying out is taking exponential time. So it is impossible, it will give us time limit exceed, right? So what we can do, so if you have noticed, the swaps are basically transitive. That means if we can swap a with b or b with a, and then we can swap b and c, that is basically means we can swap a and c also, right? So the swaps are transitive in nature. So if they are transitive, isn't that means a b and then c, that means the indexes will form connected components, right? The indexes that are given in swapped array are will form the connected components. So let's see an example. So in the example it is given that 0 and 4 can be swapped, 4 and 2 can be swapped, then 1 and 3 can be swapped, and 1 and 4 can be swapped. This is an example. So it is showing that if we can swap 0 and 4 and then 4 and 2, so that means we can swap 0 and 2 directly. Or we can see, if we can swap 0 and 4, then we swap 4 and 1, that means we can swap 0 and 1 directly. Or if we can swap 0 and 4, 4 and 1, 1 and 3, that means we can swap 0 and 3. So if we see from this graph, this is a connected graph. That means all the indexes 0 1 2 3 4 can be rearranged freely, right? We can rearrange these indexes freely, right? So this is the observation, and this observation will help us to formulate our approach. So in the from the swapped array, we will get different connected components, right? From the allowed swap array, if we form a graph, we will get different connected components, and inside each connected component, we can permute freely or we can swap freely, right? So what we need, if we form different connected components, then, and inside each component we can permute freely, right? So each connected component has some indexes, right? So if we take the elements present at those indexes, right, and those elements in the source, and same elements present on those indexes in the target, and if their frequencies are same, if their frequencies in the source array and if the frequencies at these indexes in the target array are same, that means we can freely swap these elements. And if their frequencies are unmatched, so whatever the count of the unmatched frequencies, that will give us the Hamming distance. So you will get this when I'll explain you with the help of an example. So if you see the steps, so our steps will be, first we will build the components, that is union find, right? We will build the components from the allowed swap array, and then after building the components we will group the indexes by their parent, right? We will group all the indexes of one connected component together, right? All the connected components and their indexes, right? After taking the indexes, we take the frequency of source elements, right? Source element or at those indexes, then we take the frequency, then we take the frequency of target elements at the same indexes, and then we subtract the target elements one by one from the source element, right? And all the remaining target elements will be mismatched, and those will be Hamming distance. So let's see the dry run. Like, so we have taken source is equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and our target is equal to 2 1 4 3 6 7 5. So our allowed swaps, so if you see, 0 is connected to 1, 2 is connected to 3, 1 is connected to 2, and 4 is connected to 5. So these are the connections. So if you see, we have two groups, 0 1 2 3 and 4 5, right? Basically we have two groups. So first of all, what we do, we'll build our disjoint union set. So initially we'll start with all nodes as their own parents, right? All nodes as their own parents, just 0 is the parent of itself, 1 is parent of itself, and so on, right? So all nodes are parent of itself. Then we process the swap array. So in swap array, 0 is connected to 1, so we unite 0 and 1, then we unite 2 and 3, then we unite 4 and 5. So if you unite 0 and 1, then they will be connected. Then we unite 2 and 3, so 2 and 3 will be connected. Then we unite 4 and 5, 4 and 5 is connected. Now when we unite 1 and 2, you'll see this component and this component becomes one single component, right? Those has become one single component. So what are the final groups that we have get? The final groups are 0 1 2 3 all together, they are in one group. Then 4 and 5 as different group, and 6 is a separate group, right? So these are the three groups, that we get after forming disjoint union set. Now using these groups, we'll build the group maps, right? So this group will be having some parent, right? This group will be having some parent, this group will be having some parent, and this group will also have some parent. So we have built the group maps, right? After building the group maps, what we'll do is we'll process each group individually, and we try to rearrange the source inside each group, right, to match our target array. So first is group A, that is, what are the indexes are 0 1 2 and 3, and the values that are present at these indexes in the source are 1 2 3 and 4, right? So this is the values present in the source at these particular indexes. Now if we will build the frequency map. So 1 has a frequency of 1, 2 has a frequency of 1, 3 has a frequency of 1, and 4 has a frequency of 1. So we have made the frequency map. After making the frequency map, we will match these frequency with the target array. So at these particular indexes, that is index 0, 1, 2, 3, we have these values, that is 2, 1, 4 and 3 in the target array. Now we start with I is equal to 0. So at I is equal to 0, we have target of 0 is equal to 2. So we check whether we have uh, 2 available in this connected component or not. So yes, frequency of 2 is 1, so it is available. That means we can somehow swap this, so we get a match. Then we reduce frequency of 2 by 1, and then the frequency of 2 has become 0. Then we check for I is equal to 1. Now for at I is equal to 1, we have target is equal to 1. So again frequency of 1 is present, so match. Then for I is equal to 2, for I is equal to 3. So this way we'll check for all the particular indexes, right, or the particular indexes in the target array. And now suppose we are checking for some index and the frequency doesn't exist. That means it is a mismatch. That means the Hamming count will increase by 1. So we have processed group 1. So next we will be processing group 2. So in group 2 we have indexes 4 and 5, and at those indexes we have 5 and 6. So frequency of 5 is 1, frequency of 6 is 1. Then at these particular indexes in the target we have 6 and 7, right? So first we process 6. Does in the frequency map 6 is present? Yes, 6 is present. So for 6 it is a match, right? Then we check, we have 7, but in the frequency map 7 is not present. That means it is a mismatch. We can't swap and get 7 at this place, right? So it is a mismatch, so our answer is 1 now, right? So from this group we get a mismatch of 1. Then in group C we have index number 6. So at index number 6 in source we have 7. In source we have element 7, and in target we have element 5 and C. So can we get 5 by any swap? No. So again one more mismatch. So the total number of mismatch are 2. So 2 is the Hamming count for this example. So let's see the code part. So in the code part, this block is the block of disjoint union set, where we have the find function. So find function will take an element x and it will return the parent of it. So suppose if we have the 1, then 2, then 3 and then 4. So from 4 we go to 3, then from 3 we go to 2, then from 2 we go to 1. So 1 is the parent of all these, so at the end we will return that parent. So if you have to represent it in an array, so 1 of 1 is 1, at 2 1 is there, at 3 1 is there, and 4 also, sorry, at 4 we have 3, at 3 we have 2, at 2 we have 1. So if you have to find parent of 2, if you have to find parent of 2, sorry, it will be 1 and it will be 2, right? So if you have to find parent of 2, then parent of 2 is pointing to which index? Index number 1, right? And at index, sorry, wait, I got a bit confused. So 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? This is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So parent 4 is pointing to 3, 3 is pointing to 2, 2 is pointing to 1, and 1 is pointing to itself. So if you have to find parent of 2, parent of node 3, let's say parent of node 3 we have to find, then we see what is the parent of 3? If parent of 3 is pointing to 2, then we go to 2. 2 is pointing to 1, then we go to 1 is pointing to itself, that is if parent of x is equal to x, then in that case we directly return the value. So 1 is pointing to 1, so parent of 3 will be 1. Else what we do is we'll store parent of x is equal to find parent of x, right? So this is the function to find the parent. The next function is to unite two different numbers a and b. So first of all we find the parent of a, then we find the parent of b. If both has the same parent, that means they are in the same component, so no need to unite them. But if they are in the different component, then we check which one is having a higher rank. So if rank of a is less, rank of a is less than b, then we connect component a to b, connect component a to b and make parent of b as a. Or if both have the same rank, if both have the same rank, then we increase the rank of the a, right? So this is a disjoint union set. So in our main function, what we do is we'll take the size of the source array, and then we have declared a parent array of size n and a rank of size n, and initially all has the rank 0. And then after this we'll assign each node as its own parent initially, and then we'll build the components using the allowed swap array. So we take we will go to each index and take the value a and b, and then union both the values a and b, right? And then after that, after forming uh, after forming all the components, we'll group the components. We will group the components based on their parent, that is if they have the same parent. If they have the same parent, then they will be pushed into one group. So now after this step we have groups such that each group has one parent and the indexes that are present in the group, right? So after that we'll process each group. We'll take each group and then form the frequency map, of all the elements, that are present on these indexes in the source array, right? So I'll repeat again. Then we process each group and take all the elements that are present on these indexes in the group, and taking those elements from the source array we will make a frequency map, right? And then on these indexes we process each index, and then in the target array we take the element from target array, and then we check whether the frequency of the element in the target array is still present in the map. If the frequency is greater than 0, that means it is a match, so we reduce the frequency by 1. Else it is a mismatch, so we increase our answer. So at the end we will be returning our answer. So I hope I am able to explain you the solution properly. So if you like the solution, please make sure to like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.